Hey you guys! So I was originally planning on filming, editing, and uploading a completely different video today, but last night I went through a little panic attack, which is something that I have not went through in a few months. So instead of the original plan, I thought that today we would talk about mental health. Maybe this can be a little series where we talk about mental health or just talk about stuff like that. I don't know. So today we are going to be specifically talking about anxiety and panic attacks. So first I'm going to talk about like my journey with anxiety starting from the very beginning. As a kid, I don't really think I had anxiety. Like I think I was a pretty happy kid, go with the flow. I feel like it started in high school, really. I remember my first panic attack was freshman year of high school. I always played basketball as a kid, and I was on the basketball team freshman year, and I couldn't find my practice jersey. We had these specific jerseys that you wore to practice, and I couldn't find my practice jersey, and I just completely freaked the fuck out, had a panic attack. My panic attacks back then looked a lot different than they do now. Back then, my panic attack would be me just bawling my eyes out, hyperventilating, crying, which I don't do that anymore with my panic attacks. Honestly, I wish that was what my panic attacks looked like now, but yeah. But after freshman year, I didn't really have a panic attack again until my freshman year of college. So that's 4 or 5 years, I never had a panic attack. But between, freshman year of high school to freshman year of college, I did have anxiety, just not in the form of anxiety attacks or panic attacks. What my anxiety looked like in high school, I think that it was a bunch of factors piled onto each other. I think that it has to do with the fact that I did become a heavy weed smoker on top of me really struggling in high school, socially, mentally, everything like that. I think it was just a compile of everything, really. I started working at a really shitty job. So my anxiety in high school showed itself at first in the beginning as if I was sick, as if I was ill, because the thought of going to school would make me physically ill through anxiety. It's not that I was actually sick, but the anxiety literally made me sick just thinking about going to school. So I would either tell my mom I was sick and not go to school, or I would go to school and then get sick in the bathroom and they would send me home. And like I said, it wasn't sick because I was ill, it was sick from anxiety. That was at the beginning. And then closer to the end, I started getting what I call home anxiety. And okay, so for me, my home anxiety, I don't know if anybody else relates to this, so I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but basically I went through a really big period in high school, towards the end. It wasn't just at my house either, it was anywhere, where I would think that somebody was in my closet when I got home, somebody was hiding under my bed, somebody was looking at me through my window, somebody was gonna break in and kill me. And it's not whenever you're a little girl and you're oh my god, there's some monsters under my bed. No, I genuinely thought that I was on edge all the time, anytime, because I thought somebody was gonna kill me. And it wasn't only at home. I just call it home anxiety because it was mostly at home. But even if I was to walk from the front door to my car at night, or even during the day sometimes, I would think that somebody was gonna kill me just on my way from my front door to my car. So I started going through that anxiety of literally thinking that somebody was gonna fucking kill me all of the time, and that obviously was not good. So that was throughout high school as well. My anxiety has also made it to where it's hard for me to hang out with people. I don't just have social anxiety. I honestly don't even feel like I have social anxiety. I think it's that whenever I hang out with people, my anxiety sometimes overtakes my thoughts, and I think, oh, why did I just say that? I just sounded super stupid. Oh my god, they think this is awkward. Oh my god, they think I'm weird. Oh my god, and so because of that as well, I just really secluded myself. But I like being alone now, but in high school I didn't. In high school it was involuntarily. So that was my anxiety throughout high school. And then once I got out of high school, the end of my freshman year of college, going into the summer, I started to have panic attacks again. And it wasn't the crying sort of panic attack. I would feel my heart drop to my stomach. Like, I could physically feel it. Like, my heart and my stomach would fucking drop. And then I would start to slowly shake. And then I would get lightheaded and need to sit down. Well, actually need to lay down on the floor. And then as I felt lightheaded laying down on the floor, I would feel nauseous. So I would go sit down by the toilet on the floor. And at this point, I'm severely shaking. Like, if you've ever seen somebody have a seizure, that's how bad I would be shaking. And I would be like passing in and out, like nodding in and out, like almost like blue balling, losing consciousness. Like, I would be on the brim of losing consciousness, but I would be forcing myself to stay awake because I would be alone and I didn't want to have a seizure, like completely pass out and have a seizure. So I would be shaking as if I'm having a seizure. Like, that's how bad I was shaking. Nodding in and out, feeling like I'm gonna pass out, throw up, all that stuff. And it would last a really long fucking time. I'm not gonna lie, like 30 minutes to a fucking hour. And then after that, like the next morning or like the next few days, I would feel like I got hit by a fucking bus. Like a vampire just sucked all of the blood out of my fucking body. And I started having these, I would say anywhere from like 2 to 3 times a week. Not only is that not good probably for my mental health, but it was not good at all for my physical health. Like, it really affected my physical health. Soon, those types of episodes started adding a new layer onto it to where I couldn't breathe. And I feel like that's a common thing with people who have anxiety, but it was to the point where like I couldn't breathe. Like, I feel like I couldn't catch a deep breath. I feel like my breaths kept getting shorter and shorter and shorter by every breath, every second, every minute. I had to go to the hospital multiple times because I was like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna pass out, I can't fucking breathe. I don't know if y'all have seen that. I remember in like the opening scene of Euphoria, Rue as a child is like focusing on her breathing, and it causes her to like that, you know, hyperventilate and like pass out or whatever. I feel like sometimes it's kind of like that, except it's like the opposite. Instead of like starting to hyperventilate, it's like I can't breathe anymore. I had to go to the hospital multiple times. And like I told y'all, since my freshman year of high school, I did not have another panic attack until my freshman year of college summer. And I think that the trigger was I had just gone through like a long-term breakup, and he would harass me. Like, he would text me harassing me, like really vile shit, scary shit, nasty shit. And I don't know what it was, like that, I don't know why that affected me so bad, but it did. And that's when I started having panic attacks. Like, I would get these messages, and I know it's my fault, I should have just blocked it, whatever. But I would get these messages, and that's when I would have a panic attack. I would start freaking the fuck out because I would receive these messages, my heart would drop, and then the whole shebang would go. So back to my breathing, I went to the hospital multiple times. Eventually, my doctor had to send me to a pulmonary specialist, a lung specialist, a breathing specialist. The breathing issue that was at first a result of my panic attacks now lingered onto my everyday life. Now my everyday life, I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I can't catch a breath regardless of if I was having anxiety or a panic attack or not. So she sent me like 2 hours away to a pulmonary specialist, and they ran all the tests, and, you know, medically wise, like not mentally wise or anything like that, but like medically wise, my lungs look perfect. Everything looked perfect. You know what I mean? He was like, I could not draw better lungs if you dared me to, which, first of all, that's shocking considering all the things I put in my lungs. But like, yeah, my doctor talked to me about it, and she was like, your breathing is just like affected by your anxiety. Like, and regardless of if you're having anxiety, that shit has, like, not permanently lingered onto your everyday life, because it can get better and it does get better, but, like, because of how bad my panic attacks were, it, like, I think it, like, tricked my brain and my body into thinking that's, like, my everyday thing. Like, it got stuck almost, you know what I mean? And so I had to deal with that for about a year. And then finally it got better. My breathing got better. I take an inhaler every morning and every night. I have an emergency inhaler for when I do have panic attacks. But before last night, my last panic attack was probably like 8 months ago. During like all of the panic attacks that I was having last year, I stopped smoking weed because I felt like that would help a lot, and it did help a lot. After I stopped smoking weed, I would have some panic attacks here and there. Stopping smoking weed made the biggest difference in my anxiety and my panic attacks. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. So before last night, my last panic attack was probably like at least 6 months ago, maybe even 8 months ago. And I don't know why I had a panic attack last night. I mean, I convinced myself I was dying of toxic shock syndrome, so like maybe that's why, but it's like I haven't even let myself like convince my brain of anything lately. So I don't know, I guess some days are better than others anxiety-wise, but yeah, my anxiety thoughts let my real life thoughts trick myself into thinking I was dying. So I had a panic attack. It wasn't nearly as bad as it used to be. It was a mini panic attack, like super, super mini. I didn't pass out. I was shaking a little bit, but not bad. I didn't have to lay down on the fucking ground by the toilet, anything like that. I just felt a little nauseous. I mainly felt the after effects because, like, I knew I was slightly having a panic attack, and then, like, I got in the shower to chill myself out, and when I got out, I just felt dead. But, yeah, I thought since I had my first mini panic attack, like, this was how my panic attacks were. This is the one last night. But I thought since I had my first mini one in 6 to 8 months, I would come on here and tell y'all about my anxiety journey, my panic attack journey. I would love to hear about y'all's if y'all are open to talking about it. I know everybody's mental health is different. I know everybody's anxiety is different. Everybody's panic attacks are different, but it's nice to know that you're like not alone in that aspect, because you can feel like you're going crazy sometimes, but like you're not fucking going crazy. You're really not going crazy. And if you are struggling with it, I don't know what to tell you to do to help you, other than a few things that I know I can recognize that I did in my life that directly correlated with my anxiety getting better, which was cutting people or things out of your life that are negatively affecting you. Like, that's the number one thing. Everybody has triggers. Everybody who has anxiety or panic attacks or mental health problems all have triggers. I know people hate that word, but like, it's true, you know? Sometimes you can't help it. Cut that out of your life. If you know something or someone's a trigger, I don't care how bad it fucking hurts for however long, it is better than permanently affecting your mental and physical health. Cut the negative shit. Cut the negative shit for real. Waking up every day, I have never, ever, ever woken up and thought, oh, this is a terrible day. I hate my life sucks. I want to off myself. Like, boo me, boo my life, negative thoughts, you know? You have to wake up every day and think positive thoughts, because you do manifest that shit. If you wake up every day talking about how much you hate your life and how much your life sucks, then your life is gonna suck and you're gonna hate your life. Duh. If you wake up even lying to yourself, that's how, in high school, that's how I started in high school. I would lie to myself to try to convince myself. I would lie to myself and think, oh, like, I love life, life's so good, yada, yada. And I was lying to myself all throughout high school until eventually I either convinced myself or it came true and I manifested it. But either way, wake up every morning thinking positive ass shit. Never let yourself think those negative thoughts. Never let your anxiety thoughts translate into your normal thoughts. If you smoke weed and you have bad anxiety, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but stop smoking weed. If you smoke weed and you don't have anxiety, keep doing what you're doing. But if you do have anxiety and you smoke weed, I'm sorry, but it's making it worse. It's making it worse. I'm I'm sorry, don't shoot the messenger. Obviously, get help if you think you need it. You know, you don't want to wait too long. It's okay to get help. It's okay to, you know, ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Try, like, changing your lifestyle in any way. Again, any negative aspects of your lifestyle, try to change. Try to implement as many positive things into your lifestyle as possible. Start a routine, you know, do stuff that motivates you. Do stuff you know will make you feel good. It's really prioritizing yourself and your health, regardless of how hard it is or how much it sucks in the moment. Okay guys, so that was my let's talk about it mental health, anxiety, and panic attack edition. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, I guess. I don't know, I just wanted to talk about it because, you know, everybody around me knows that this is something that I've struggled with for a while, and I'm doing so much better. I'm so happy that I'm not in the same place that I was last year. I'm getting 1 year ago memory things pop up on Snapchat, and I'm just like, damn, like I was struggling as fuck. You could just see it because of my anxiety. So I'm really happy with where I'm at today. Anxiety and mental health is a everlasting battle, but I'm good right now. Y'all good right now. We all good right now. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.